good with y'all boys, man? We back with another video. In this video, we'll be explaining how to make dark, sinister beats for Lil Durk. There's really not much to say. Let's just get straight into it, man. But first, today's video is sponsored by LoopCloud. So LoopCloud is an advanced royalty-free sample library where you can find inspiration to create new music. They recently came out with a new feature called Collections. Collections presents the ability to curate samples from any LoopCloud sound pack. So this can be really useful if you're looking to create based off a specific sound, or if you're looking for a specific type of genre, if you want to branch out. This new feature that they introduced will be really good at helping you achieve that. So here's how it works. So as you can see here, I'm in the LoopCloud interface, and it's already very user friendly. So as you can see here, you can find a few sound collections already created by other producers in the community. So if you wanted to make your own collection, all you would need to do is look through packs or search for sounds. Let's say I wanted some trap sounds. I'm just gonna search for trap, and then once you find a sound you like, all you would have to do is hit the three dots here, add to collection, create a new collection if you haven't, but in my case I already have one, so I would just be adding it. And boom, it's as simple as that. Then when you want to go look at your collection, you just hit show collection sidebar over here, and you click on the collection you created, and over here you can see I collected a ton of sounds, man. That collection of mine you saw there will be featured on LoopCloud, so be sure to check it out, man. Obviously, as you can see, it's a very simple tool, and I think it's really dope. So if you guys are interested, you guys can use this code for 30% off an annual plan. Be sure to get that, you feel me? And I'd like to give a big thanks to LoopCloud for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to it. So first we're gonna break down the melody. The main melody of the sample is a simple triplet piano progression, and it's in D minor. And I'm gonna warn y'all, like, it sounds a bit crazy here, but after this I tweak it and I make it sound a little more slow. So let me just play it for you guys. So this isn't the actual sound that I used in the melody. This was just like a keyscape piano I loaded up real quick just to get like the main idea down, and then after that I was gonna change the sound. Basically what you're gonna do to build a melody like this is that you're gonna put your grid in 1/3 beat. So like you're gonna go up here where the magnet is, and you're gonna hit 1/3 beat. It's gonna arrange the grid in a way where you can easily get that triplet bounce. And basically after this you're just gonna want to come up with a melody. Like, think of a melody in your head. Like, it doesn't even matter if it's super fast or it doesn't sound like something that you could flow on. As long as you like experiment with the sound afterwards and like tweak it and stuff, you can get the sound that you're trying to achieve. Think of something in your head that you think would sound good when it's slowed down, half timed, whatever. So like the top melody is just these 4 notes, just on 2 different octaves basically. So it's really the same thing. The main thing here is to take your time with this. So like, don't rush a melody. You know, a lot of you are like new. You guys want to like pump out beats every 2 seconds, bro. Like, just take your time, bro. Take your time. You're not gonna be able to make melodies at a fast pace yet. So after this, I basically just hit Alt R, and what it does is that it randomizes the notes and it makes it sound more like, gives it more of a human feel. So you hit Alt R and you can mess with the velocity knob here. There's a whole bunch of knobs you can mess with, but the main one I mess with here is the velocity knob. Now you mess with that and you hit accept, and yeah, that's it for the main melody. So once I had that, I loaded up my favorite piano in Contact, and basically this is the same melody just flipped. So the way you're gonna do that is you're gonna hit Control Y, and basically you're just gonna flip it, kind of like reverse it, but not actually give it like the reverse sound. It's just gonna reverse the MIDI. So like, basically, let me just show you guys. So this is what it sounds like. Like, it's completely random. Like, it sounds so fucked up like this, but that's because it's the reverse sound, right? We didn't do anything to it. So that's the whole key. Like, once you have this and you start manipulating it with like halftime and effects and stuff, it's gonna sound really cool. So like, for example, if I turn on the halftime, interesting dark melody. It's not some shit that you would like normally come up with, you feel me? And then I also threw on vinyl here. Basically I just added a little detune here, turn up the warp, which is basically a detune. I turn up the wear, put on the 1960 preset, and then I automated the spin down effect. So this is what the automation does. Like, if you listen closely, like, it kind of just like swoops the whole melody down, like kind of completely detunes at the end of each bar. So listen. You know what I mean? It's a little subtle effect, but it adds a lot to it in the end. It makes the sample sound a lot cooler. Then after this, all I did was basically I just panned the main melody to the left, and that's it. Now for the second part of the melody, typically whenever I do this, whenever I flip the melody and give it like that little random pattern, I like to just take that same pattern and reverse it, so it has like the same original melody that we came up with, but reversed and half-timed. So it gives it like a little cool effect like underneath the mix. So basically this is what it sounds like. You see, I did the same thing that I did earlier with the other piano with the swoop down. So like basically it gives it like that cool like detune feel. It's a really awesome effect in my opinion. With both together, obviously I cut it down a little bit. I didn't want it to be as loud as the main piano. This is what it sounds like here. So the next thing I added was actually a string instrument, but it doesn't even sound like strings for real. It really just sounds like an accent sound almost, and that's because of all the effects I put on it. I didn't really want it to be like a main like driving instrument almost in the track. I kind of wanted it just to be like an accent. Let me play with all the effects. It was just a little pattern I came up with because I knew I was gonna put a bunch of effects on it and make it sound, you know, dope. Because right now it sounds kind of ass. So basically, if you go in my mixer, I added 5 things on here: a reverb, Valhalla vintage verb, basically just tweak the settings a little bit, turn up the decay, mix, low cut all the way down. Portal, basically a granulizer plugin. What a granulizer does, it's like it randomizes the hell out of your melody, but it makes it sound cool as hell. It just gives it like these random like pitch like shifts and all that shit. It depends how you use it, but basically it's really cool. It's a cool little thing to experiment with. It makes you sound like an alien when you're making samples. I also added halftime to slow it down, and then I threw on the Effectrix backwards vocals preset, and then I just did an EQ. I cut down the lows, and then I brightened up the highs just to make it more clear in the mix. This is how it sounds with all the effects. It's just really just sweeping through. It's a very low-key sound. Then I just threw in this one shot in the loop. It's basically like this like bell sound kind of. So I'm gonna play it for you guys. Yeah, so basically how I did that, I didn't even do it in the piano roll. I kind of just did it in the playlist by pitching each sound literally like manually. So yeah, all I did with this, I basically just threw a wider plugin on it. Basically just makes the sound big as hell, like more stereoized. I put an EQ, which basically I just cut out the lows because they were kind of way too prominent. That tends to happen a lot with one shots. So this is how it sounds all together in the loop. As you can hear, there's also a synth bass playing. It's very, very, very simple. There's just 2 notes. Basically just creates the bass note of the sample. So I'll just play it for you guys. It literally could not get any simpler, bro. All I did with it, basically I just cut it down in the mix. The last thing I threw in there was like a little simple perk loop. Like it's really nothing crazy. It's just a small accent. I mean, just so simple. You can find these in literally a bunch of packs. Like if you're loaded with kits, you'll find one. If not, you can download kits on Reddit and you'll just get a bunch of like dope shit to experiment with, and you'll for sure find some. There's also some accents in one-shot kits, so you can find them there too. So yeah. So basically, this is how the whole loop sounds. Basically the melody's just pitched down 600 cents, and this is what it sounds like now. Then the first thing I did was the 808. 808, you just want a very simple pattern following the bass notes that we laid down when we made the loop. It follows it melodically, but it doesn't follow it rhythmically. In terms of rhythm, you're gonna add your little bounce to it. And this is how I did my 808. For the 808 rolls, all I did was put it to 1/3 step, and I did like a little triplet roll here. That's a dope little trick you can use to add more bounce. And I did another part of the 808 pattern. Very, very simple, as cool little bounce, and then that's it. So next, for the hi-hats. So for these little like quick little rolls, you're gonna do 1/4 step, and then you're gonna use the brush to do them. When you do your hi-hat rolls, you don't want to be completely random. Like you want to make sure like you have an actual cohesive rhythm with the drums. You're gonna go in there, get in there with your brush and just add rolls, man. Go crazy, but don't go too crazy. Like Metro Boomin said, a lot of people go crazy, but not to go crazy. So you want to make sure that you go crazy with your hats, but not the bad crazy. Man, you get what I'm saying. Anyway, I just like to get in there with quarter hats, or you can do it with triplet hats as well. Third step. Personally, I just wanted to do quarter hats in this. I added a little triplet. Basically, it's that simple. You just go in there and make a rhythm with your hats. One thing I like to do with my hats, actually, I like to shift them off the grid a little bit, because it gives it like a little more bounce. I feel like when you don't shift your drums, it's kind of like, it sounds like robotic, like computery as hell. Shifting your hats gives it like more of a kind of like a human feel in a way. So basically, that's what I like to do. Next, I added a little rim shot as my snare. Very simple, just a simple pattern. Very easy. And then after that, the rest is just perks, open hats, just filling it out with perks and stuff. The key here is to really keep it simple. Durk beats really don't have much to them. This is how the whole beat sounds. Yeah, that's basically it for the video, man. If you guys enjoyed, man, please leave a like, man. Subscribe if you're new. I hope this tutorial helped you guys. You guys have a wonderful day, night, whatever time it is where you're at, and I'll see you guys in the next one.